everyone. So after a long time, kind of. So today I'm going to be doing a very interesting topic, and it's something that I have been doing, that I thought of doing for a very long time. So either ways, and by the way, I know I'm wearing the same shirt that I've been wearing for the previous two videos, so deal with it, okay? So either ways, today's topic is going to be about the 5 safest districts of Sri Lanka. And the topic actually just gives me a bit of pride, because I actually feel a bit proud to say that. Because Sri Lanka is a safe country and there are safe districts in Sri Lanka, as well as dangerous districts, but not as dangerous as Venezuela though, if you know what I mean. Either ways, to do the research for this, it was really hard. I had to take a look at the crime news of each district, and sometimes the news isn't really updated sometimes, although that's the exact same point of news. And I also had to use my knowledge, because I have been to a lot of these districts, so I have a very good amount of experience about my country. And that is why I thought of making this video using all of that, this bunch of information, and add it into this video. And I promise you, this list is going to be pretty shocking if you live in Sri Lanka, or if you even know these districts. That means if you are Sri Lankan. So today we'll just jump into the utopias now, shall we? At number 5, we have Nuwara Eliya. Eliya is a district located in the central province, which is landlocked by Kandy, Kegal, Ratnapura and Badulla. Now, it's not exactly surprising when I include Nuwara Eliya in this list for a very important reason. It has a very stable economy. Why did I include Nuwara Eliya in this list? It's quite simple. It has a very stable economy, because it's been said that if a country has a stable economy, like say if the exports are going very well, then there's a higher chance of people living very good lives and thus a lower crime rate. And that's the exact same scenario with Nuwara Eliya. The fact that many people are employed, or for that matter everyone is employed, can be counted as such. So, either ways, the two main things in Nuwara Eliya are tea and tourism, and both of them are thriving, and that means that they have a very stable economy. Now, when we take a look at tea is especially thriving in the center parts of Nuwara Eliya, and Sri Lankan tea is of high quality, and many people, if they are tea fanatics, they would probably try Sri Lankan tea, which is one of the best in the world, or by some people it could be the best in the world. And Nuwara Eliya contributes about a quarter of the country's annual tea production, the highest of any district in the entire country, because let's be honest, this is where the British started their first tea plantation. Unfortunately, there has been a slight increase in robberies, murders, rape in Nuwara Eliya, and especially in the rural parts, where the problem is kind of out of control. Well, not out of control, but it's a bit bad. Guys, if you're a tourist in Nuwara Eliya, you would have no trouble visiting at all, because you will have a very, very, very small chance of being a victim of any crime, whether it be murder, rape or anything. Even car theft is very unlikely in Nuwara Eliya. Number 4, we have Vavuniya. Vavuniya is a district located in the northern province, and like Nuwara Eliya, it is landlocked. But unlike in Nuwara Eliya, there's a very small chance of having a crime rate, because, well, it's virtually unknown for many people. Now, trust me when I say that Vavuniya is kind of like the bad boy who was reformed. Kind of like Max Thunderman, if you ask me. Anyways, jokes aside, Vavuniya is definitely a very safe place. People are very hospitable, and that's one of the reasons why it has a very low crime rate. The fact that people are very hospitable. Either ways, Vavuniya is kind of like the secret powerhouse of Sri Lanka, And the fact that it's the secret power of Sri Lanka is one of the reasons why it has a very low crime rate. Let me explain. So Vavuniya has a very low crime rate because, like I said, it's the secret powers of the country. And how? Well, explain the high literacy rate, the fact that it has a lot of people working services, and the lowest poverty rate and the lowest unemployment rate in the northern province, debatable, and one of the lowest occurrences of natural disasters. Tell me, isn't that a recipe for low crime rate? But like any other area in Earth, there's always a bit of crime that's going on. There were 3 crimes that actually made headlines in the throughout this time. The first crime happened in 2012, so that was after the Civil War. But then again, Sri Lanka was having a hard time. But either ways, so this crime involved a beautician who was killed by an unidentified man in a hotel in Vavuniya. She's been said to be a citizen of Dehiwala, which is in Colombo district, close to Colombo town. And guess what happened? She was found dead, hanging on a ceiling fan. Yeah, I know that's very brutal, so let me explain what happened. So apparently 2 youths were arrested by the Vavuniya police for giving a bribe to a dummy. And as you could have seen in the video, not just any dummy, but a police dummy. The last crime that I'm going to talk about actually involves alcohol production in Vavuniya, even during the 2020 curfew. Like, who would even do that? Otherwise, Vavuniya is a very safe place. Religious violence is almost non-existent because you can practice whatever religion you want and no one even dares to talk about it. And number 3, we go to Moragala. In an earlier video, I mentioned that Moragala is like the big district that has a very low population density. In 2012, it only had about 82 people per square kilometer, and it's kind of similar to Russia and Canada because those are big countries but only have very small populations. Think about it. Okay, so either ways, now you might be thinking, okay then, if there's a very low amount of people, that means does it breed a lot of crime? It depends. I mean, in Mongolia, yes, but in Canada, no. In Moragala, kind of. Yes. So, what about Moragala? Well, apparently, Moragala is deemed as the 3rd safest district in Sri Lanka for one thing. The fact that many people don't exactly come here to cause too much trouble. Like, it's kind of the Idaho of Sri Lanka. Now, many people want to cause trouble in Moragala, although Moragala does have some type of crime alone. And another very surprising thing about Moragala is the fact that despite it being very poor, it has a very low crime rate. Like, it has the highest percentage of poor people in the entire country with over 10% of the population, which is almost the exact same people in poverty, well, the percentage living in poverty in the United States. And you might be thinking, okay then, if it's a wait, they have the same amount as the United States. Still, we have 8.9, so think about it. Anyways, so obviously, like I said, Moragala doesn't want to cause any type of trouble at all, and that's why many people just want to leave it alone so that it does its own thing, and so that if you guys just cause any trouble there, then it would hinder their development. So just leave it alone so that it can have its peace. So that's why Moragala has one of the lowest crime rates. The fact that it wants to be alone. Number 2, we have Mulati. Finally, we are back in the coastal parts of Sri Lanka. Yay! Why isn't it? What about Mulati? Well, apparently, Mullaitivu is the 2nd safest district because, like Moragala, not many people would ever come here. But that's just a big bonus. You guys need to come here, but not in large crowds. Seriously, if you guys want a vacation, but like a vacation all to yourself, like no other tourists, then come to Mullaitivu. You can. And besides, the Nilaveli beach, which is one of the busiest beaches in Sri Lanka, is actually like not busy in Mullaitivu because it's shared with Trincomalee, and the Trincomalee side, as you might have guessed, is much more busier. But just please, if you want, come to that side of the beach. You'll feel like the beach is all yours. Within a limit, of course. Now, yes, Mullaitivu did suffer a lot through the civil war, but apparently they actually know how to overcome these failures. And yes, even the 2004 tsunami plummeted the economy of Mullaitivu. But again, just like the civil war, they know how to rise up to the front or rise up to the sky. Otherwise, crime is virtually non-existent in Mullaitivu because many people don't even feel like they're thinking like, do I have to commit crime but I have to do agriculture, so what should I do? Crime or agriculture? Probably sticking with agriculture. Now, it is time that we unveil the safest district in Sri Lanka. Mana! Is right, Mana is the safest district in Sri Lanka for a lot of important reasons. It's very developed or developing. Number 2, not much natural disasters. Number 3, just like Maragala, why would anyone want to commit crime in Mana? Why? The first reason, let me explain. So now unlike most of the districts in this list, Mana performs very well when it comes to their development indicators, and that could also be the reason why they perform very well when it comes to their crime indicators. Now, first, number 1 is the literacy rate. It has the highest literacy rate in the entire country, with over 99% of the population able to read or write. That's like the percentage of countries like Canada, and that's like well above the national average of 92, so that's pretty impressive. And like I said, the second reason is not much natural disasters, and guess why? So in Mana, it's actually not really like Mother Nature's anime. It's like it's not really too much. It doesn't have to deal with too much natural disasters, and the reason for that is because it's the land that's blessed. But either way, so virtually no tsunamis, like it wasn't affected by the tsunami, no landslides, duh, no rarely any cyclones, and no floods, duh. And the only type of drought which is kind of a bit serious is the natural disaster is obviously droughts, which can be a bit. What about crime? Well, Mana is like the place where many people don't even want to commit crimes, but the people themselves commit crimes only in small doses. Apparently, it was the site of the 1984 Mana massacre, which obviously took place in Mana, and also there was a crime that happened in December of 2019 in which a Tamil man was allegedly shot. And the fact that I read that in the news was just, I feel sad. Some other crimes also happened, but yeah, not so much as that one. Like, not so much devastating. Is it? We have completed the list of the 5 safest districts of Sri Lanka, and even after this curfew, if you really want to if you really have a hard time with crime or anything, just move to these 5 districts. Then you can have the wonderful time of your lives. And please, if you guys really like this video, well, please give it a like, share this with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, by the way guys, before I go, I just want to give you a small disclaimer that I'm very sorry that I couldn't exactly give you a live broadcast at 2 p.m. I did not know about YouTube's regulations, and I foolishly thought it was easy, but as foolish and as you might have guessed, I failed. But either ways, I am going to be doing a Q&A, not a live one, just a Q&A. So I am requesting all of you to post any question that is deemed acceptable, that that is deemed acceptable according to my standard, and that standard is, number one, it shouldn't be personal, like a lot personal. But either way, so I will be doing the Q&A tomorrow, so please feature your comment questions in the comment section down below. And by the way, guys, you can, if you want, you guys can request me any type of geography related topic. I'm only doing these without your suggestions because I'm doing this myself is because I did. Otherwise, this channel won't be like as successful as it is today. Kind of. I won't even have 23 subscribers. But either ways, I hope that I see all of you in this live broadcast. And please, I'm very sorry about the. Actually, it's more like a Q&A, but I will see you all in a live broadcast once I reach 1K subscribers. And I will see you all in the next video. And until then, please stay safe.